Hello there, Team Explorers. What a pleasant delight to see you again this week. Come on your favorite adventure show, the Hotspot Show. My name is Eustace Segete, na kama kawaida, it's a Saturday full of fun. Today, Team Explorers have brought you to the iconic McMillan Library. See, even upon taking the stairs, a rich history lies here, but we are going beyond the shelves and the silence that you ordinarily find in the library. We want to peruse the books of history to learn exactly why this place plays such an important role when it comes to Kenya's literacy. Now, Team Explorers, we have Mr. Jacob joining us because we really cannot do this tour alone, because by now, you know the drill. So for the next 30 minutes, stick around, because right in the heart of Nairobi is where our hotspot of the week is all about. Sasa, Mr. Jacob, please, naomba utoke huko kwa masimba, come over to this side, because the lions in itself have a story, and that is where we are going to start this story from. Jambo.
Jambo sana. Karibu.
I am fine.
Yes.
And asante sana.
Yes.
On behalf of Team Explorers, we are pleasant to explore this place.
You're welcome.
Asante sana.
Yes.
Now, tell me, working in a library, does it mean you're a bookwormer? You enjoy reading? Or it can pass a couple of days without you reading?
It is part and parcel of being a librarian.
Okay.
So you can't avoid.
All right.
Yeah, it is a lifestyle.
It is a lifestyle.
Yes, please.
Beginning would be the history of this place. Number one, when was it established? And what 3 words can you use to describe this iconic library?
McMillan is memorial. I know you missed the word memorial. You just talked of McMillan Library.
Yes.
It's a memorial.
It is a memorial library.
Yes.
Important to note.
Yes.
Okay.
This is in memory of the husband. It was actually founded. The stone was laid in 1928.
Okay.
But it was opened in 1931. So this is an iconic building, and as you've said, it has its statues, the 2 lions,
yes.
Those who have its own history.
Yes.
So it's a moment that we can call it nostalgic.
Okay.
It is something that we all love to kind of explore.
All right.
Because it's also a tourist attraction. And as we speak, tourists are just walking in.
Yes.
Yeah, you can just have a look.
I bet, and both local and international tourists alike are walking up to this place. Now, I know everything, including the neoclassical design of this place, is everything that I want us to talk about. Now, you started on the history, when the stone was laid.
Yes.
Now, perhaps tell us the historical significance, or actually in memory of the late husband. What was the story like? How did this whole place come to being until the stone was laid, and now it is standing tall between, you know, the Nairobi CBD?
There was a US-based tourist,
Yeah.
or rather hunter,
Yeah.
son of William McMillan.
Okay.
They visited Kenya then in 1900, and they were able to explore the beauty of this country. And him being a penchant of lions, that is why we have the statues.
Explains that.
Yes.
Okay.
So he passed on. When he passed on, the wife thought it wise to kind of remember him. And that is why the building was built. The lady was called Lucy McMillan. She built it in honor at the memory of the husband. So that is how the library came into being. Take note that it was a white settlers library.
All right.
Until then, we were not allowed to get in. But with time, when the city county took over, in 1962, when it was bequeathed to the Nairobi City County, that is when all walks of people were allowed to get into the library.
And since that point, I know a rich tapestry of books, articles, and everything lies here, including 1906, the very first
East African Standard.
East African Standard, the session that you're actually watching. But hold that thought. We are going to discuss that inside now. Before we get in, just, you know, the neoclassical architecture of this place, just a quick run through, because I see two beautiful, majestic pillars that are facing straight ahead at the High Court.
Yes.
Give us a rundown of the architectural design and then we get inside.
The architectural design speaks for itself. This building being what it is, it's actually been gazetted as a national monument. So apart from it just being a library, it is rich in history, whereby it is protected by the arts. And it is so by 1938, there was an act of parliament, Cap 217, which protects it from any interference. And so far, the National Museum of Kenya are the custodians of all national sites, which McMillan is part of it. Yes.
All right, important to note right about now, Team Explorers, I want you to get inside with me, because you tell me there are different classifications of which we are meant to see and to discuss.
Of course, and as you walk by, take note, these are 14 steps.
Okay, these are 14 steps.
Yeah.
Any significance to it?
Not really.
All right,
yeah.
okay.
I think that's the architectural. It brings some beauty. People like photos. As you are doing this, you can see people walking by. They pay for memories, so it is kind of historical in itself.
It definitely is, and let me tell you what, right before we started this, I also got a picture of myself, because you cannot come here, Team Explorer, and not exploit the fullest. Now, as we get in, tell us, what's the landing space that we are going to get into?
The landing space?
Yeah.
You have the customer care.
Okay.
And then you have a reading space, whereby as you walk in, you'll find some two tasks that are very significant, because it is part of the tourist attraction that people do come. Because those are real tasks.
They are real tasks?
The artists, I think they were blown.
Okay.
But they are real tasks.
All right.
So they have some significance, and they have been there since time immemorial.
Since time immemorial.
Yes.
All right, and we are here for that. Kuja ndani, because we might just find ourselves, oh, I need to whisper because this is a library. I don't know. All right, we are here for this. Remember, we said we are going beyond the bookshelves and the silence in the library, so rest assured, I'd prepared them enough. So you told me this is where people come to make their short references, but there's a segment where if I want to stay for the longest time, I can actually find a sitting.
Of course, there's the reading area.
Yeah.
As you can see ahead of me and behind me, those are sitting areas.
Yes.
And besides, on your extreme right,
Yeah.
there's the children's library.
Okay.
So basically, this is the face of the library. When you walk in, you're able to see, you feel the ambience.
Yes.
of the library.
Already, when I came here, I was smelling wisdom. I was smelling a bit of old money, because I know writers have wealth. I was smelling so much history, and you know, I can see here you've prepared for us this gigantic book. In Kilongapi, how many kgs are these?
About 10 kgs of iron.
What? This is dated 1940, and then you have the oldest copy. Please, Team Explorers, take note.
1906.
With an imprint of 1906.
Yes.
So you tell me, this is where, if I want to dig history of anything,
Yes.
I can come around.
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah. We've done this over a period of time.
All right.
Even the current newspapers, we do binding for purposes of conservation and preservation.
Okay.
And reference purposes. Yes.
All right, you ought to do that. Otherwise, Team Explorers, we wouldn't be having this place to explore today. I mean, is this the oldest library in Kenya?
No.
No, it is not.
There is one in Malindi. I'm forgetting, but there's one in Malindi.
Okay.
This should be the second oldest. It's among the oldest. Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Might there be any rare books or artifacts we can get a hold of
Yes, there are. I will wish that, can somebody pick at the customer, or can I go and pick it?
here? Yes, please go pick at the customer,
Okay.
I mean the book, and then just join us
Yes.
as I have a chat with Team Explorers. I mean, come on, Team Explorers, this is the library, and I think even as a solo adventurer, you can come here as a team. If I plug you to such places, I think you can chorus. Personally, I think it's a first-time experience, and I like it so far. And so you are back with
back.
Kitabu Kikona Ngozi. Hii ni ngozi ya nini?
Zebra itwa pundamilia.
Pundamilia ndio hii sasa. All right, this is original.
It's original,
Okay.
as you can see. It is an African reference book.
Yeah.
When I was talking about it, you can see. This is accession number when the book was put in our inventory. And then AR stands for African reference. So 916 is around history. So when you go through, and we have maintained it since then, you see the explorers, they are here, the pictures.
Yeah.
Even the typography can tell. This was a typewriter.
Yes, at the time. It's so neat and it's still really readable.
Yes, very much.
All right.
So this is where we have pictures here. When they were hunting, there was a page I saw here.
Okay.
These are the Maasais, I think. And then it's a castle.
All right. So this space is equally good for scholars and researchers alike.
Of course. They come even from East Africa, East Africa, Uganda, Tanzania. And even your library comes here for reference.
I see, most definitely, Team Explorers, you can see we are well represented. This is the standard, and of course, our very first publication, so we like it. So this is the most rare book.
This is the most rare book. Even you can see the print, you can see the cover.
Yeah.
It is out of this world.
Okay.
Yeah.
Am I allowed to donate books in here? And also, when I come, can I walk away with a book and then return after use?
Yes, you're allowed to do donations. We do allow. Because at the end of the day, we're not able to satisfy the user's needs. So if we can get any help that is useful to us, we do appreciate. But the book must be within our policy, so that at the end of the day, it meets the user's need, it must be relevant. It should not just be old for purpose of you dropping it in.
All right,
Yes.
important to note. And as we go to the break, some people wonder and sometimes confuse this to a museum. Is this a museum?
No.
It is not.
It is a library.
It is a library.
A very functional library. And just to note is that it is in the manifesto for our governor. So we are alive and kicking.
Okay.
Yes.
There you go, to Explorers. Allow us to take a short commercial break. When we are back, umesema kuna upstairs na kuna underground.
Kuna underground
All
basement.
right. All right. So
Yes.
we see you at the Africana room. Let's go and explore. Perhaps dig some of the rare books about the African culture. Thank you for sticking around to this point of the Hotspot Show. My name is Zista Sagete. See you shortly.
Unauza dining ama unauza fine dining?
Grow biashara yako by using your M-Pesa till to get Fuliza Biashara. Enjoy easy application na instant approval. Ipate kwa M-Pesa business app ama dial *234#. The more you use your till, the more you grow. M-Pesa.
Not all toothpaste are made equal. The new Colgate Total is engineered to be 15 times more effective at fighting a key root cause of many preventable issues. With its new active prevention system, 100% of people had a healthier mouth. New Colgate Total Active Prevention helps stop problems before they start.
Deals kibao kila wiki na Carrefour. Enjoy fresh chicken wings at 449 shillings per kg. Potato loose at 55 shillings. Dawat 5 kg long grain rice at 524 shillings. And Von Fridge 480 liters at 74,499 shillings. Deals kibao kila wiki na Carrefour.
Pressure coming down! Jesus. Oh, it's magnificent! Recharge your subscription today to never miss a moment of a competition like never before. On the move, download StarTimes on and watch every goal, every moment, anytime, anywhere. StarTimes Sports. Beyond passion. StarTimes. Enjoy digital life.
Welcome back from the break, Team Explorers. Glad you're still watching the Hotspot show. Now, today we are exploring one of Kenya's oldest library to ever exist. This is the McMillan Memorial Library, right in the heart of Nairobi, that is the capital city of Kenya. Now we are upstairs. We want to explore some of these other rooms that are found here at the McMillan Library. Right about now, I want to enter the door where we are going to explore the Africana room. This is where everything African, should you want to get the rich history of Kenya, the rich history of Africa, even your tribe, your tribesmen left the history for you. And that is why today, Team Explorers, we are here exploring this place. Now let's go and join Jacob, because of course anatungojana. The view up here is spectacular. Just standing in here, soaking in this ambience of Nairobi CBD and checking up people, taking pictures, you know, walking in to just read and everything. And it smells wisdom. It smells something so refreshing. I think this is one of the things that makes this place such a magnificent place, exactly why we chose to explore it. So the Africana room, you never know, I may just pull a book about your tribe. Let's go. Mr. Jacob is here perusing some books. Which one do you have?
I have Chinua Achebe. I know you use or the title of Things Fall Apart.
Yes.
But this is a different one.
I know, Morning Yet on Creation Day. This is a full book purely for essays.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. And we've just seen someone else reading our very own Ngugi wa Thiong'o.
Yes.
Rest in peace. We
Yes.
celebrate you. Then here is Mwalimu in Cairo, 1967.
That is Nyerere.
Okay.
And I remember I told this about Africa, so you can see.
Yeah.
All any other captions about Africa, culture, history,
Okay.
food and all that.
I see the
Yes.
Yoruba culture,
Yes.
Nigeria.
Yes.
So would you say this is just a shelf purely for Nigeria? I see the Hausa.
The houses. Yes. I think this is about the social aspect, because it is also under 300.
Okay.
You remember we talked about 300? So that is about their social aspect of life. You know, so when you go to, let's say, languages, you may find them somewhere here.
Okay.
Yeah.
For me today, I'm particularly interested to learn about the Koi Koi and the Sunday.
And South
Put me a
Africa.
book somewhere,
There's
you know.
something, a place called Dimbaza.
Dibanza.
Yeah, I think they pull when they speak.
Okay.
It's called Dibanza. And then
I wish I
Yeah.
knew how to speak that, because exactly that is how we would have done part 2 of the show. But
Exactly.
come on, South Africa aside and all the places. So this is the Africana room. And allow me to know that coming up the stairs, I noticed quite a number of art pieces, wall
Yes,
hangings,
yes.
the beautiful chandeliers that were hanging down the ceiling,
Yes.
and the spiral staircase. Oh my goodness. And the view just, you know, up here, it's such a nice space. So tell me, this art, any historic significance?
not really, but I think you remember this place was only for the whites. So I think that is the purpose of why we have such portraits and also that kind of sculpture.
Okay.
So I believe that is then. But you see now as time went by, that is why along the stairs,
Yes.
we have portraits of our own African soldiers who fought then in the war. So basically that is an invitation to the Africana section. So once you reach here, then you are home. Uko nyumbani.
Makes sense.
Yes.
And also the lighting and everything, the wood, you
Yes,
still, I
yes,
see
yes.
you maintained how it was kitambo.
Yes,
All
even
right.
the floor, as you can see. Literally, the entire building was kind of wooden floor.
Yes.
But as I told you, maintenance is a bit tricky in terms of water. It's not very friendly with water. And then also, it accumulates a lot of dust. So with the members and the staff and the users, it's very easy to get flu and kind of disease. And we want you to have be kind of using the library in a conducive environment.
Yes.
So that is our desire, to make it cleaner and to make it easier to use.
I so understand that there is that free will for me to become a member.
Yes. Yeah.
So what happens?
It's very simple. You just come in, you give us your intent to become a member, then we take you through. We have rules and regulations so that in the course of you becoming a member, you are able to be compliant. So it's very simple. You come, there's a form you have to fill, you give us your details, and you also have to get a guarantor. possibly a person who is working in an institution, so that in the event that you are not able to be found, we go for that person. We call them guarantors.
Okay.
At a fee of 1,000, you become a member for 1 year. It is not a calendar year, it is month to month. We have hosted exhibitions by local authors. We kind of scheduled biannual or quarterly. They do come and host locally published books. People come and buy books. They have donated some. We are yet process them to put them on shelves. And also we hold them as a gem, so it's not easy to put them on shelves. We want to put them where there's a student's collections at the customer care. So it is easy. Because those ones we may not be able to lend them out. They may disappear, yes.
All right, opening hours?
Weekdays is from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. And then on Saturdays, it's from 9:30 to 1 p.m. So we have some kind of understanding, some extended hours, but it is seasonal. Like now we may do 5 to 7, and then on Saturdays from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. So, but Sundays and public holidays, we are closed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Might you know how many copies of books are in this library, as we also talk about digitization, because we are in the digital space?
Yes. I think we are clocking about 40,000 volume of books and information materials. That is now encompassing the other 3 libraries. That is at Eastlands and also Kaloleni. Then we go to Ithaka and then to Kibra.
Those are the branches
Those
of
are the branches of the
McMillan
McMillan,
library.
yes, and the Nairobi City County.
Okay, so this is the mother library.
This is the mother library. So I think we were doing around 40,000 plus. Yes.
All right.
And then digitization, as I told you earlier, yes, we are having a PPP with the book bank. They're assisting us in digitalizing the rare materials, because we found they are of so much value. At a certain point in time, they may tear and wear or get brittle, but you see we have still maintained them. So we're just having a backup in terms of digitizing them. And I think we've done so far 2,500 of them.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
All right. In terms of global recognition, has the library received any award or recognition for this matter?
Not yet, but I think we're heading there.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we actually should.
We should, definitely. Yes.
All right. So what would you say the spirit of Kenya when it comes to this library and just the culture of reading and art, especially in such a setup?
You know, okay, there's this misconception that Kenyans don't like to read. It might be true, might not be true. Yeah, we read for exams. But when you had exhibitions for the local publishers and authors, the place was so zoomed. I think I have a video for that. I'll show you.
Okay.
It is very amazing. We were so shocked because Somanami were able to display a lot of authors, and then a lot of books were also on sale. So it is a misconception. Yeah, people still read. Even with the digital age, any serious researcher will want to go through a book.
Yes.
That is our kind of, we have been systemized. So you go through the gadgets, then you get tired. But with the book, it is interesting because you're able to turn over. And then there is also the issue of authority. A book is published by somebody. It has gone through editing. It has been approved by a certain kind of publisher,
Yeah.
In the internet, everybody, everybody's open to his or her own ideas.
Okay.
So it may not be factual per se.
There's a bit of restoring this place.
Yes.
Talk to us about that.
Definitely kind of facelift, yeah. But changes, no. As you saw, those architectural surveys that were done, we're only supposed to strengthen.
The holes that we are seeing here.
Yes, those are
something
architectural surveys.
is going on.
So it is something that has been going on, but now it's now time to act. So we do expect a facelift, yes, and especially the roofing, the tiling, the cabling, the Wi-Fi aspect. Yes, we have the Wi-Fi, but not to the required reception by users. So with the governor's intervention, we do hope that we shall be able to rise and even the lions will roar.
Even the lions will roar. All
Yes,
right.
yeah.
Regardless to say all is still good,
Yes.
and we still treasure this place as a hotspot.
Karibu
Asante
sana.
sana kwa wakati wako.
Karibu tena.
Tunakuja.
Haya.
Sawa sawa. There you go, to Explorers. We have been exploring the iconic McMillan Library. Say what it is beyond the books, it is beyond what is written under the pages, but rather come, see for yourself and explore. We get to see you next week, same time, but different hotspot. But till then, remember to explore the world around you. Take care and be adventurous.